Alright everybody, how y'all doing, and welcome back to my channel. I am coming with you with some good price lists. Don't sit down here and say, okay, I'm done building PCs. I mean, if you want to build you a nice gaming rig that will only play 1080p gaming, because that's what I'm focused on, 1080p gaming. I will not sit down here and stretch your pockets out just buying expensive stuff because the manufacturers want these parts to be sold. No, I want you to sit down here, come up with a budget. We go over all your parts out there, whether you buying used or new. If you want to be on the new gear, that's fine. You want to be on the old gear, that's still fine. But just make sure you know what you're doing and what kind of games you playing on your system. Now, if you want to play the new and latest games that are CPU hungry and GPU hungry, then you need to go ahead on to the AM4, the AM5, the Intel LGA 1200s, the 10th gen, 11th gen, and 12th gen. And y'all prepare to get ready for next week because the new Intel Z790 motherboards are coming out on the Intel i13. Yes, we got new hardware coming out, and I think it's ridiculous, but right now AM4, AM3, LGA 1200s, 10th gen, 11th gen, as well as the new 12th gen that you could be pushing on the Z690. Whatever platform you go on with, AMD, Intel, don't matter. Just know how to build your system, whether you are using the AM4s or the AM5 or the AM3 Plus CPUs. Now, if you just want to build you a nice, good home basic home system that you could just work from home, then I do that as well too. So I ain't gonna bore you too much here. Let's get on here with the price list and let's go. Alrighty, starting off with the Core i7 4770, 4 cores, 8 threads, bases at 3.4 gigahertz, turbos at 3.9. Thermal design power of the CPU is 84 watts. Alrighty, coming in is the Intel Core i7 4770, $44.95. The CPU cooler is the ID Cooling SE 914. TDP handles up to 150 watts on the CPU cooler, coming in at $24.99. The motherboard is the MSI H81M-E33. You can get this off eBay.com. It's coming in at $55.99. The memory is the Team Group Elite 16GB Tour, 8GB dual kit, coming at DDR3 at 1600, $36.99. The storage is Silicon Power A55 512GB, coming in at $32.99. The case is the Zelman S2 ATX mid-tile case, coming in at $54.99. The power supply is the Thermotake Smart 80 Plus 430 watts, coming in at $29.99. And last is the Apiva C 5-pack blue 120mm case, friends, coming in at $27.95. The total of this build here is $308.84. Now, you cannot go wrong with this PC here for your home basic needs, because a lot of people start working at home now. A lot of people don't want to sit down here and buy those Dell computers, that could only be handling up to so much. There's so much you can do with those. So a lot of people say, let me just build my own that can hold the operating system I wanted on. And be advised, I'm gonna let everybody know that the MSI H81M-E33 holds operating systems: Windows 7 64-bit, Windows 8 64-bit, and Windows 8.1 Pro, as well as Windows 10 32-bit, as well as 64-bit. But we all know we don't use 32-bit no more, so because you want to go ahead and put 64-bit to access all potential of your PC. Now, coming in After the gaming rig, coming in next PC build is the Ryzen 5 4500 base 3.6 gigahertz turbo 4.1 gigahertz 6 cores 12 threads 65-watt thermal design power. Now if you don't want to go ahead and push the max of this cell thing and you want to go overclock it, then you could go ahead and use this cell CPU for gaming at 1080p. You can play your best games at 1080p and you cannot go wrong with it. Now let's get into the parts. The Ryzen 5 4500 coming in at $109. The Xiaomi CN PS10X coming in at $32.99. The motherboard is the ASRock A320M HD VR 4.0 coming in at $54.99. The memory is the Team Group T-Force Vulcan Z 16GB to 8GB dual kits at 300 megahertz speed coming in at $46.99. The storage is the Silicon Power A60 1TB at $61.99. The GPU is the EVGA GeForce GTX 1660 Super SC Ultra 6GB card. Just like I said, I'm focusing only on 1080p gaming. Everybody's still gaming at 1080p. A lot of people still buying consoles and still pushing at 1080p. No problems. This GPU is coming in at $212.99. The case is a Fractal Design Focus G, $64.00. The power supply is a Thermotech 550 watt 80 plus bronze, $35.98. The case fans are the Apeva 5-pack blue 120mm fan. Now the reason why I'm keeping the case fans basic, because a lot of people may not be into the RGB feel, but if you are, you can just change the fans out and you can go ahead and do your thing. Now if you want to go ahead on and swap the GPU out to go ahead on and handle a little more of your gameplay, then you can do so too. Now keep in mind all parts are backwards compatible, but I'm just focusing on the PCIe X16 3.0 Gen 3.0, so you can go ahead and play just only your 1080p games. Now if you want to do more with the system, then it's going to be costly. Now this price list is going to be at $646.88. Now you cannot go wrong with that at 1080p. I love it. Can't go wrong with it. Now I got another price list for you. This is the Core i5 10400 6 cores 12 threads 2.9 gigahertz base turbo 4.3 megahertz 65 watt TDP, and you cannot go wrong with that. Now y'all keep in mind, I'm on the 65 watt TDP processor, the Ryzen 5 3600, and I use that there for my editing. It's a beast, it's a monster, and I have no issues with it. Now let's get on with this here. The parts are the Core i5 10400 coming in at $119.99. The CPU cooler is the ID Cooling SE224XT Basic Thermal Design Power Handle on the CPU cooler is 180 watts. Yes, just in case if you want to go ahead on and switch out your parts to the Ryzen 7 3800X, please do so. You could go ahead on and upgrade without swapping out your CPU cooler. The motherboard is the MSI H510M8 Pro coming in at $79.98. The memory is Team Group Vulcan 16GB to 8GB dual kits at 3600 megahertz coming in at $51.99. Y'all excuse the typing. I'm not a good typer, but I get the job done. The storage is Silicon Power A60 1TB at $59.99. The GPU is the MSI GeForce RTX 3060 12GB coming in at $369.46. The case is the do-it-yourself PC IDX ATX mid-tower case at $58.99. The power supply is ours gain AGV 650 watt 80 plus bronze coming in at $59.99. The case fans are the Fantex PHF 120 SK coming in at $35.99. Now the Fantex PF 120 SK is a 3-pack, so you cannot go wrong with that. If you want that RGB static feel on the cell, you could do your thing. Now, the price of this build list is $863.37. Now, last and least, the last one I saved the best for last because we all still game off the Intel 300 series, the 8th gen and 9th gen. A lot of people are still using this CPU for gaming as well as photo editing, video editing for YouTube and etc. and also gaming. Let's get into it. Now I'm keeping it basic and simple, so you don't have to break the budget, but if you want to go ahead and crank the budget a little bit, that's up to you. The last list is the Core i5-8400 2.8 GHz base turbo 4 GHz 6 cores 6 threads 65 watt TDP. Now y'all keep in mind, if I knew about this here, I would have went head on and did my thing with this cell. Now, keeping it at $1,000, if I had it right now, if I was coming in the market and building my PC, this is what I would have been at right here. Don't keep in mind, I love using old hardware because anything from 2013 and up is still gameable. Now, if you want new hardware, that's on up to you. But I'm old school, and I keeping everything real, and I'm working with your pockets. The CPU is the Core i5-8400, coming in at $185. The CPU cooler is the ID Cooler SE224 XT. It could be the basic or the black. It don't matter. They both coming in at $29.99. The motherboard is the ASRock B365M Pro 4, coming in at $93. The memory is the Silicon Power 16 GB, 2 8 GB dual kits. Speed is 22,666 megahertz, coming in at $42.99. Now y'all keep in mind with this motherboard here, you cannot go over the DDR4 memory speed. Now if you're overclocking, yes, but I'm just focusing on basic gameplay, playing your good games using this system right here, and overclocking is not needed just to play your games at 1080p and you can enjoy your best games ever. The GPU is the Zotac GeForce GTX 1660 Super 6 GB gaming, coming at $234.97. Now the storage is the Silicon Power A60 1 terabyte, $59.99. Now the reason I'm using a lot of Silicon Power in these builds here because I'm on the Silicon Power for my editing rig, and the Silicon Power 256 GB is a monster. Yes, I'll be putting that link in the video. I'll be putting the link in the description below, so you can go ahead and click on it because I did a speed of all the SSDs and M.2s I use. So this is Silicon Power is the real deal. Alrighty, coming in with the case is the do-it-yourself PC IDX6, coming in at $58.99. The only thing about this case is that if you don't mind opening the side door panel to turn the power supply, the power on, because the power button is on the inside of the case, this gives it something different. But if you want to go ahead on there and install you an additional external power supply switch, then you can do so, and you'll be all good to go. Now the power supply is a Thermaltake Smart B1 650 watt 80 plus bronze Power supply coming in at $44.99. The case frames are the Up Here T7 SYC7 6-pack 8 RGB case frames coming in at $43.99. The monitor is the ARS 27-inch 1920 by 1080 75 megahertz coming in at $129.99. The gaming keyboard is the Red Dragon K552 coming in at $32.99. The gaming mouse is the Red Dragon M771 coming in at $15.99. The total price of this sale built here, this is a complete build, so you cannot go wrong with it. It's coming in at $972.86. Now, all four price lists are the bomb. It just takes a strong-minded person to understand the technology and the components being used here. Yes, some of them old, some of them new. It all depends on how you use your system and what you're gonna do with it. Alrighty. Now that is the slide I did with the PC game benchmark. All the slides for the gaming systems will be put in the video towards the end, so y'all can check those slides out and understand it. Now, when you use PC game benchmark, it gives you the percentage level of the game performance. Trust me, I'm gonna keep it real with you. 80% or higher is where you want to be at. Anything under 80%, you be bottlenecking as well as frame sputtering. So yes, you be working your GPU as well as your CPU hard. So any game or any system you're trying to build with, use PC game benchmark to go ahead and build your system. Now keep in mind, the speed test of all the M.2s and CPUs will be in the description below. I'll be putting that link in the description below. You can watch that video, as well as the PC Part Picker price list website information will be in the description below, so y'all can go ahead and click on the website. And if you're interested in purchasing these parts, you can just click the buy button, purchase it, build your system, game hard, game strong. Or if you want to save a little bit money, you can go ahead and buy your gaming console. It don't matter as long as you playing your 1080p games at its best. Now I want to thank y'all for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button on the way out, and I'll be coming back with you with more price lists at your budget. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.